good evening. Depending on where in the world you are tapping in from, Keep It P Podcast is a global show, and today we'll be discussing banking while black. We continue to give our money, put our money, loan our money to banking organizations that have perpetuated slavery, perpetuated anti-black racism, and we're too scared to move our money. We'll be talking about this and more on this edition of Hold the Mayo. It's going to be a two-parter. I'm going to switch over to a Kuna Matata hour right in the middle. Come back and get this grease. I got this hot grease fresh off the stove. This tea piping hot this morning for you.
Music teasing.
Is the fucking best.
This is the Keep It P Podcast, where we take news, situations, and everyday occurrences and show how one could or could not be keeping it P. And what does P mean? P can mean whatever it is for you. Positivity, keep it pushing, whatever P means for you. P's positivity over here for us, progress. You understand? That's what it means when we say it. And I am your host, TZ Von Savage, in the place to be. Sucker MCs. Self-hug, self-love. That's a beatbox and a b-boy stance. You may have thought that was corny, but what's even more corny is if we let the culture die. And you know what's even more corny than that? That you keep banking with institutions like Wells Fargo and Bank of America, that you keep giving your money to these people that hate you, these institutions that were funded from slavery. But you keep giving them your money. And then you're shocked when things like this happen. See, this is a wake-up call. This is a love tap that I'm about to administer to you black people. It's just a love tap. I love you. This is out of love. But we can't keep banking with people that hate us, keep supporting industries and companies that hate us. It's counterproductive. And then we're shocked. We're shocked when we get to be a director, big time Hollywood director of the Black Panther, and of the Marvel movies, the Marvel genres. See, he thought he had outpaced his blackness. He thought he had outpurchased, out-earned monetarily his blackness. So he didn't think at all nothing would happen to him. What do you mean? I'm a big-time Hollywood director. I'm not black. I'm green with money, so why would I be treated any different? Well, sir, Mr. Almond Brewer thought the same thing. Bank calls cops for black man cashing a check from his boat sale. Almond Brewer was surrounded by Arizona police after a credit union manager doubted the authenticity of an account holder's check. Authorities were called on a account holder. So if you're saying the person who wrote the check, you didn't think that was right, then why are you arresting him? Why is you arresting the man who's trying to cash the check if you thought that the cash that the person who wrote the check was fake? Come on, now that don't even make sense. Right away. Sticks of fish. Just right away. We're not even going to play no games. It continues to say authorities were called on a black Arizona man attempting to cash a check he received after selling a boat. The man, Almond Brewer, don't sound too FBA-ish to me, Almond, went to Pinal County Federal Credit Union. Don't sound like y'all should be banking there. Pinal County Federal Credit Union in Apache Junction to cash the $3,200 check. What you living in Apache Junction? I mean, it's live where you wanna, But don't be so surprised, man, when you getting checked out. It's not right at all. But I'm just telling you, don't be surprised. What's going on with you, Tia? Um, you tried to cash the $3,200 check only to be surrounded by police after a manager doubted its authenticity. According to a local report from 12 News, the incident occurred in October. We just now hearing about this. Now, brother, you just now speaking up about this, fam. It's October. This happened in October, fam. It's mid-March. Come on, man. See, that's another thing. We don't be screaming to the mountaintops when something happens. But let your sister or your brother borrow some money and don't pay you back. I bet you tell everyone. It'll be on all your social media. You're gonna tell everybody from the mountaintop if your brother or sister owes you some money and doesn't pay you back when they said they was going to. But going to a bank, cashing a check that's legally yours, your money, and you get did wrong, you're not gonna say nothing. You're just gonna shut up. I'll shut up, white massa. Is that PC mommy and daddy? I'll shut up. I'll get my money whenever you say I can. Why? The incident occurred October 2021 when the credit union manager called 911 while Brewer waited. Look, had you in the trick bag. You already waiting for the. You waiting. They got you out there waiting. To give you nothing, to put you in chains and shackles, brother. You didn't smell that one coming? Uh, they told him the personal check was fake. What that got to do with him? So you think he wrote his own fake check and they came in there and tried to cash it? Come on, man. The report notes that Brewer told the teller he had received the check after selling his boat to a woman on Facebook Marketplace, and she looked kind of surprised. You ain't ever bought nothing on Facebook before? Huh. According to the bank, the check had red flags, like an old log of the credit union, as well as a routing and checking account number that didn't match the member's information. Why you didn't investigate the person who wrote the check is what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I'm trying to figure out. The person who wrote the check, why didn't you investigate them? How you know this just ain't no old money? The account done been with you for so long that they owed money. But you gonna check the brother. How you gonna check the brother and he didn't write the check? He can't give you no more information. However, after running the check through a third-party verifier, its authenticity was deemed inconclusive, a fact the manager did not tell the police. You see that? They were setting fam up to get killed, fam. You gonna call the police and not give them all the information that could have saved all this headache for the brother. But no, you wanted to run him through the ringers. You wanted the potential of him to be killed. They tried to assassinate this brother. That's what they tried to do by calling the police. You didn't give all the information to the police when you contacted them. You didn't tell them that the brother didn't try to write the check. You didn't say that it was somebody else who wrote the check. You didn't say that. You just called and said, hey, you know they wait. Come on now, they waited to run all of that. They tried to set the brother up for assassination. That's what they did. After the police were called, then you did the verification because maybe they'll hurry up and get here in 2.2 seconds, like how they do, and guns blazing. Shoot first and ask questions later. Oh, it was just an unfortunate situation. Man's dead, but sorry, we just did our job. Everyone just did their job. Nothing to see here, people. We got a dead man here. Black man, so what? Nothing to see here. We all did our jobs. Go home and go to sleep. After the police had been called, the account holder verified she signed the check, but police didn't learn that until 10 minutes into their interaction with a stunned Brewer. I told you, why is you after this man? If the person wrote the check that you think is funny, why aren't you investigating them? But no, you investigated the black man. Matter of fact, you didn't investigate. You just called the police right away so they could come kill him. That's what you did. So banking while black, add that to another thing that could get you killed. But guess what, black people? You keep giving your money to these people. You keep paying them for another chance at them to be able to kill you. You keep paying people to assassinate you, black people. Hello, McFlizzle. That don't make no sense. You're paying people that hate you to give them chances to try to kill you. I was just, black guy, locks in his hair, tattoos, came on a Harley. Brewer told 12 News, let's assume the worst. That's what you got to say, brother. See, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody pussyfooting and dancing around the subject. They was practicing anti-black racism, and they tried to assassinate you, brother. It's real plain and simple. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. There's plenty of black banks. Black banks. You know what I'm saying? It's better than slave traded, we know for sure banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, different federal credit unions, as you see. Why embarrass somebody like that? Embarrass? You're worried about embarrassment? P. They just tried to assassinate you. See, this is what I'm talking about, black people. He not even taking the situation seriously. He laughing and joking about it. Why, make them feel less than a man, he later wondered. Let me just wonder and ponder in my head why they tried to demasculate me. This is why we have LeBrondaJameson.com. We haven't talked about it a lot, but LeBrondaJameson.com, because we talk about the demasculation of the American black male by Hollywood, by society. It's playing out here. Why embarrass somebody like that? Make them feel less than a man, he later wondered. You don't know why they did that to you. Well, I just told you, fam. Almond Brewer. You wanted to know, you should be watching Keep It P podcast, because I just answered your question, sir. You was wondering, sir. I just answered your question, sir. That is why. Can anybody answer my question? Why we keep patronizing institutions and companies that hate your guts? Can you answer me that question? Riddle me that, Batman. In a statement issued in January, look, it took them from October to January just to issue a statement. Amy Marshall, this is the president and CEO of the Pinal County Federal Credit Union. She said at no time did the staff feel threatened or feel Brewer was trying to rob the credit union. Let's just say that. That's not an apology. We're just telling you that we weren't scared of the black man, okay? Here at the Federal Penal Credit Union, we're not scared of black men here, okay? We just call the police and we try to have you assassinated. That's all. So we didn't feel threatened or nothing, but we called the police anyways, though. Yeah, right. Go there if you want to, and I don't want to hear you say nothing about being threatened, accosted, or any of that, because you've been told. Keep It P podcast told you. She noted that police were already en route. Right. Why you didn't do no investigation before you called the police, but you weren't scared or threatened. I wasn't scared or threatened, but I didn't do any of the checks. When the manager got the verbal check verification from the customer and maintained, the staff apologized to both the law enforcement and the brewer himself. Why didn't you just do the simple investigation? Huh? Did you ask yourself that, black people? Why didn't they do the investigation prior to calling the police? Isn't that how you would have did a PC person? Any other normal human being? Isn't that what you would have did for them? Right? They had seen such an uptick in fraudulent activity, and their ultimate responsibility is ensure safe and secure accounts. She added that their team undergoes diversity and inclusive training, but they would be reviewing their processes. Mr. Brewer, on behalf of the bank, I would like to formally apologize for this confusing experience. No, it wasn't confusing. There was nothing confusing about it. As soon as you did your basic investigations, you found out what happened. As soon as you did that. soon as you followed basic banking procedures, you found out that the black man was a lawful abiding citizen. No, but you tried to assassinate the black man. But y'all still want to put your money at these banks. You steal. The situation is reminiscent of a recent, now viral incident when Black Panther director Ryan Coogler, who was handcuffed by police while attempting to withdraw $12,000 from Bank of America branch. So they want to leave you with that we do this all the time. While banking in America, you could possibly be assassinated because they could have did some basic banking procedures to find out that Mr. Almond Brewer was in fact a law-abiding citizen. But you didn't find that out until you already called the police and they were already on their way. So you wasted the taxpayers' money, you wasted this man's time. But no, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because it was an attempt at an assassination. It could have been simply one less black man. And that's what they wanted to do. Now, I'm going to switch over and we're going to go to Kuna Matata Hour. It's never been done before. We're giving you 2 shows on Keep It P podcast. Shout out J Lava. We're not trying to tell you what to think. We're trying to show you how to think and break down these articles on, we're being played by the one bird, 2 wings, the Democrats, the Republicans, and y'all falling for it. And now the banking institutions, you can't even be black while going home, but you still keep your money with the people, don't you? Don't you? Hey, check this Hakuna Matata intro. B1 to the family. Shout out J Lava. We going to the Hakuna Matata hour. And I'll be right back after these messages. I got another story continuing on with the same subject. Banking while black in America.
Savage Media. Savage Media. Savage Media. On Savage Media.
That's yo. If you don't know what you're looking at right now, this is the Keep It P podcast where we take news, situations, and everyday occurrences, and we show how one could or could not be keeping it P. I'm continuing on with banking while black in America. Black Panther director was falsely accused of robbery at Bank of America. It's eerily similar to a bank lawyer's experience. So this is three now situations that I've showed you where you're getting treated badly as being black, and you're still going to these institutions, and you're shocked when you're treated like this, but you're still with these folks. They got body cam footage of this director from Black Panther, Ryan Coogler, and you might ask why I call him that, and this is Hakuna Matata. It will become evident to you by the time I'm done with this. Oscar-nominated Black Panther director Ryan Coogler was falsely accused of being a bank robber. He was going to rob the bank, you guys, and was detained by police after trying to withdraw his own money from Bank of America. Body cam footage released Wednesday shows Coogler being mistaken as a bank robber and detained by the Atlanta police. I stated to the officers that arrested me that had their Glocks out that I was pulling money out of my own account, Coogler said in a video. And as he was freed from the handcuffs, his experiences led to a public apology from Bank to America and a widespread public backlash over the bank's incompetence. No, it didn't, because nobody went and pulled their money out. Who pulled their money out? You guys post anything else? Why wouldn't we do a massive pull our money out of the banking system and show us? But here's me pulling my money out of Bank of America, y'all. Here's me pulling my money, y'all, out of Wells Fargo, y'all. This me. This the selfie with your booty poking out too. Look, you can do it the selfie with your butt poking out. You just closed the Bank of America account. You could do that, right? Oh, okay. His experience led to a public apology and a widespread similar to the story of a black lawyer who was detained when he tried to cash a settlement check. Critics say that Bank of America has a history of anti-black sentiment. A history of it. Not once, not twice, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, a history of it. But you still have your money there. You still have your money at Bank of America, and they have a history of doing you dirty. Wells Fargo as well. And I'm sure a lot other banks. The whole industry was based on your people's slavery, P. But you still messing with them. Coogler, who is best known for directing the Black Panther and Fruitvale Station, he handed a teller a withdrawal slip on January 7th, asking for $12,000 in cash. See, why is this again? Why does it take so long? You're a director in Hollywood and you didn't say nothing, P. You waited till now to say something. This happened 3 months ago, P. You didn't say nothing. You ain't gonna let us know. You ain't gonna tell your people. See, that's half the reason why I call you a coon, fam. See, coonly. See, that's why you didn't tell your people. You don't think you had an obligation to warn your people of this predatory behavior, although they should already know because they have a history of doing it. He showed his ID and also wrote instructions for the bank teller on the back of the withdrawal slip stating, I would like to withdraw $12,000 cash from my checking account. Please do the money count somewhere else. I'd like to be discreet. Right, I don't want to get robbed. In a body cam video, the bank teller told the Atlanta police that she received a notification from Coogler's account alerting her that this withdrawal request was high-risk transaction. Yeah, that's supposed to help you, right? Because it's letting you know that somebody's taking some bread out your joint, right? Right? Yeah, because he thought he had that he thought his Hollywood had bought his blackness off. So he thought he wasn't black no more. He thought he was Hollywood, so he came in there with his Hollywood. He in Atlanta, so he got that Hollywood Tyler Perry, attitude, and I know black. I know black. And they showed him who he really was. She also added that she was pregnant and worried about her personal safety and whether or not Coogler was sketchy. Dang, the director of Black Panther sketchy. Banks across the United States have attempted to use customer dress code policies as a way to combat bank robberies. Washington Mutual Bank began posting signs in its more than 2,000 branches to remove hoodies, helmets, and sunglasses in 2007. The First National Bank in Michigan implemented a no hats, no hoods, no sunglasses program in 2015. Who you think all this is for? Trayvon started the hoodies, right? No hoodies. So who we talking about? Any little Trayvon Martins, we don't want you in here. Who wears sunglasses? All y'all's designer sunglasses, again, giving your money to people who don't like you. The teller's comments about black hats and sunglasses raising suspicions as part of the bank's security protocols not reflective of Bank of America's wider stance on yes, it is. Come on, man. A company source who wished it. No, come on, man. It's part of the dress code. Stop it. When the teller called the police, she admitted that she did not look at the name on Coogler's ID, but did note that it was a California ID despite the branch being located in Georgia. What I tell you? What I tell you, he came with that Hollywood attitude. I didn't know he had a California ID. He was living it up in Atlanta. Big man Tyler Perry, and he should be feeling good about his accomplishments. You told me, but the problem is he forgot he was black. That's the problem. He forgot he was black. They detained not only Coogler, but also his driver and his baby nurse, who was a passenger in the car. Dang! All black too? We deeply regret that this incident occurred. No, you don't. It never should have happened, and we have apologized to Mr. Coogler. That's it. But it happens all the time, though. This is the lawyer. So now this is the third. This is the third. John Pittman III. Oh, it's the third, and he's the third. An African American attorney tried to cash a $12,000 settlement check at a San Diego branch. This is Bank of America. And he showed 3 different forms of identification: a birth certificate, passport, and a driver's license. Pittman was accused of trying to steal by the branch manager, who said she felt she had to call the police. Pittman was not a customer of the bank and did not have an account there. It doesn't matter. It's drawn out on that bank. It does not matter. Pittman and Coogler are not the only African Americans, aren't the only black people, or are they generational African Americans? So are they really of African descent and just came over here? Are not the only African Americans that accuse Bank of America of discrimination. They didn't have to accuse them, fam. It happened. The firm was sued by 5 black employees for racial discrimination in 2007, but y'all still bank there. If you have a Bank of America account, you're a coon. I'm telling you right now. You're watching this, you're a coon. You have a Bank of America bank account, you're a coon. I'm telling you right now. You still have your money there, you're a coon, P. The lawsuit claimed that wealthy clients were steered to white employees and that black workers were also discriminated against for promotions and pay. Not only are they hating on you about your bread, they're also hating on your brothers and sisters that work there. They were sued for $2 million for race discrimination in 2013 after a judge found that the bank applied unfair and inconsistent selection criteria, resulting in the rejection of qualified African American applicants for teller and entry-level clerical and administration positions. They don't even want you to get into the banking industry, period. They just told you that. They just told you that. Now, don't nobody want to bank with the black bank. They think they're going to steal their money, obviously. But you're getting your money still, and you're getting a flip of a coin of an assassination attempt if you go in and try to make a banking transaction. In 2019, a Bank of America employee refused to open up a joint bank account for an African American woman and her son. Because, and this was in Owings Mills branch, because the son's social security number was allegedly fraudulent, despite Jason already having a checking account and having previously used his social security number without an issue. While Bank of America is facing backlash all over the internet, the Buckhead section of Atlanta was black. What does that mean? Many people still view the incident of Coonley's arrest as deeply anti-black, irrespective of the teller's race. Who cares? Oh, here we go. Camus Bell. That Kuna Matata, a popular black comedian, commented on Twitter that the act of mistakenly containing Coogler for simply trying to withdraw $12,000 from his own checking account was racist. You think? Hello, McFlizzle, and it's hard for you to talk, fam. Stories like this often get framed as celebrity news, but this is a story about systematic racism. See, that's what I'm telling you. He thought he was Hollywood. I'm telling you. And that's why he didn't say nothing either, because it was just Hollywood gossip. If this happened to Ryan Coogler at that bank, then that bank has done this to black folks who didn't direct one of the biggest films of all time, Bell wrote on Twitter. Duh! And that's what they wanted to leave you with. Like the last article, this happens all the time. It's going to keep happening to you black people. And shut up, because you're not going to do nothing with it. We're going to keep taking your money, and we're going to keep treating you bad, and you're not going to do nothing. Period. 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 You're not going to do nothing. And then here's the Kuna Matata. Black director condemns wrongful bank suspicion. Right? Here we go. This is him condemning it. Black Panther director Ryan Coogler was detained by police in January after he was mistaken for a robbery at a Bank of America branch in Atlanta. The 35-year-old tried to make a discreet withdrawal by handing the bank teller a note. It was not a note. It was a withdrawal slip. See how they're clowning him? But this was misinterpreted. No, it wasn't. As a attempted robbery by the employee. 4 officers arrived at the scene and also detained 2 of the filmmaker's colleagues. You're calling them colleagues when really they was employees of his who were waiting outside the building in the car with its engine running. Oh my gosh. It's a little cold outside. I left the engine running. Probably like a lot of other employees that were in the bank. Coogler was handcuffed and taken out of the bank by 2 officers after verifying Coogler's identity in his bank account. He was released. Responding in a statement to this unfortunate event, Coogler, his name is Coogler, I'm calling him Coogler, said this situation should never have happened. However, that means forget everything I just said. Bank of America worked with me and addressed it to my satisfaction, and we have moved on. That's it. That's it. That's it. You, sir, are a coon, sir. I don't like to disparage on here, sir, but you, sir, I have to call it what it is. And if you bank with Bank of America, you, sir, are a coon, and that's all I got to say. I ain't even got no time for the pleasantries on the way out. This done pissed me off. Love, peace, blessings, and aloha. Subscribe. Y'all, we got to get on code, man. This is ridiculous. If you I'm gonna stay with it one more time. If you bank with Bank of America at the least, or Wells Fargo, you, sir, you, ma'am, are a coon, and I'm calling you it. Period. And I'm gonna ask you to declare anti-black racism a public health crisis. But you're not going to do it. You know why? Because you coon, you still are at Bank of America. I know you ain't gonna share this program. I know you ain't gonna subscribe to this program. I know you ain't gonna like this program. I know you ain't gonna go buy one of them anti-black racism shirts. You know why? Because you're a coon. And you still bank at Bank of America. And you know why? You still eat at all these restaurants that don't like you. And you still buy all these designer clothes from these people who don't like you. Just to prove something, I don't know, that you're included, that you're inclusive. I don't know what you're trying to prove, black people, but we're not all cold, and there's a lot of cooning going on. I still love y'all, though.
Music TV.
Everybody know you get the money from that robbery before you went on stage. I told you, motherfucker, got your money yet, man. What the fuck you mean you ain't got the money yet? Fuck you think you is, man? Motherfucking Ron O'Neal or something? What you gonna do? I'm supposed to be scared now because you got a pistol, motherfucker. I got it.
Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look, see, I don't play with this shit.
Kyrie with the give and go. I get it cheap for the low. More snow than the Eskimo big birdies. Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like midnight. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got
Keeping hula hooping through loopholes, working round shit. You can count lava down, but you can't count them out, baby. Life give me lemons, I make lemon rain die. I gotta go, gotta hustle to get it. If you ain't talking business, little shawty, you trip.
Hey, Ray Ray.
Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and listen.
Rushing cream, leaves, Keith, oil, premium bud. Man, I hustle in the street, but I'm a freak when in love.
Bring that ass over, tryna bring it back. I'm a big dog, tryna bring it back. I'ma slide in the way to bring it back. Let a nigga.
All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it.
Music to the